Hi, everybody. Welcome to your practice today. For today's class, I would recommend having a blanket or a small cushion to sit on, and then 2 blocks as well. And we're going to start out with a little bit of movement and then come down for some breath work and then go back into movement again. So you can start in a hang, and if you're the kind of person that wants a little bit of support for your hands, you are welcome to take the blocks underneath your hands. That's totally a-okay. And if not, if you don't want to use those blocks, we can bring the palms together, part the elbows just on top of the knees at the base of the quadriceps, slide the shoulders down and away from the ears, and then start to drop the head forward. And just in these first few moments, just kind of sussing out how the body's doing. And just assessing where it is, apart from, where you want it to be, right? So maybe your hamstrings or your calves or your back is a little bit tighter than you would want it, and we're just going to move past that and just really drop into what is in this time. Feel a little hollowness in the front of the hip creases. Ground down through the inside edge of the right foot and widen your left hip to the left. Ground down through the inside edge of your left foot and widen your right hip to the right. So we have the sense of creating wideness across the front and back of the pelvis. Feel the sacrum widen and broaden and then soften down and in to the center of the pelvis, and then feel the spine articulate vertebra by vertebra from the sacrum and just kind of fall down. Use gravity to help you here through the natural curves of the spine. Find a little bit of hollowness in the belly as you become friends with your breath in this moment. And as you inhale, you can gently look forward. And with or without those blocks underneath your hands, you're going to walk your hands forward. Keep your pelvis, for the most part, where it is. We're going to walk those hands over towards the right, just until the body stops in a comfortable place, and then once again, relax the neck and head. So once again, ground down into the right foot to widen left hip left. Ground down into the left foot to widen right hip right. And then connect from the pads of your right fingertips, whether they're on the block or the floor, through the center of the wrist, through the center of the arm, through the shoulder, across the body, and over to the left hip. And then the same thing on the left side, from the pads of your left fingers. As you breathe, feel that connection and stacking come up through the left hand, the shoulder, across the body, and widening right hip right. Inhale, look forward between the hands. Exhale, walk those hands all the way over to the left. I know this might be starting to get a little bit intense. I'm right there with you guys. Once more, drop the neck and head. And see if you can find a hand sensation between the fingers and the pelvis. Find a scooping and a hollowing of the front of the body, carving and hollowing out that deep belly. hollowing out that space between the ribs, widening and broadening across the shoulders. Connect and cross-reference from one side of the body to the other. From the left foot, widen the right hip. From the right foot, widen the left hip. From the left fingers, connect up hand, the wrist, the shoulder, cross the body. From the right fingers, work up through the center of the palm, wrist, elbow, shoulder, widen left hip. One more inhale here, filling up the body nice and big. And inhale, walking those hands forward, lengthen the spine, look forward, exhale, once more fold. And walk those hands a little further in front of you, but still maintaining that sense of the forward bend, the belly connecting to the tops of the thighs. Feeling hollowness in the armpit. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, back up those hands towards the feet. Remove the blocks if you have them under. Step back, downward facing dog. And from downward facing dog, you can inhale up onto your toes, nice and high. Elevate the hips towards the ceiling. Exhale, bend the knees nice and deep. And once more, connect belly to top of thighs. Try not to lose the sense of spacious elevation in the hips. So front of the belly moves back towards the front of the spine, but front of the spine moves down towards the space between the inner thighs. Now start to straighten those legs. You can move the belly away from the thighs and then slowly, slowly, slowly exhale, heels towards the ground, just as far as they want to go today. And then inhale, shift forward into a high plank. This might involve shifting the feet back or the hands forward a little bit and gaze forward to the front of your mat, maybe about a foot or two forward. Tuck the tailbone towards the back of the mat. If you need to drop to the knees, no problem. I'm going to do that today. From the right hand, widen left shoulder left. And from the left hand, widen right shoulder right. Take an inhale here and exhale nice and slow for a count of 5. We're going to lower down to the floor from knees or not. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's point those toes, sweep the arms beside us, and inhale, ground the pinky toe side of the foot into the floor, lift the chest, press the backs of the hands down into the floor. Gaze forward, lengthen the back of the neck and also the front of the throat in an even way. Keep the front body contained, pulling up and in towards the center body. And then sweep the hands forward in front of you, slowly slide forward. Maybe lifting the feet if the body allows, if that's comfortable. Pull front body up and in. And then exhale, hands underneath the shoulders, knees to the ground, press up and back, downward facing dog. Taking an inhale here and then exhale, let's come down to seated. And you can sit in a cross-legged seated position or you can sit in Virasana. This is one of the reasons we have our blankets, so if you want to put that underneath the pelvis to help you out in your cross-legged or between your hips and your heels in Virasana. So we're going to do a couple rounds of Kapalabhati, or skull shining breath. And we're going to go up to a count of, I think, 50 today. So if you find yourself getting lightheaded, no problem. Just stop and breathe normally. And when Kapalabhati happens, it's this sharp snapping on the exhalation of the low belly to the front of the spine. We're going to do 3 rounds of this. I'm going to start nice and slow. So let's take an inhale here, nice and full. Exhale all the way to the end. Inhale nice and full. Exhale all the way to the end. Inhale all the way up. And then Kapalabhati, here we go. Exhale all the way to the end. Hollow the front body. Hold the breath out, tuck the chin. And hold that for as long as it feels comfortable. And then inhale, let the inhale come in naturally, lift the head. And exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale all the way to the end. Feel that stability. Let's do another round, a little bit faster this time. Inhale to the peak. Exhale to the end. Inhale to the top. Exhale to the end. Inhale to the top. And 50 rounds. Exhale, hollow, empty. Squeeze the front of the belly to the front of the spine. Tuck the chin. Hold the breath out for as long as is comfortable. And then inhale, let it come in naturally whenever it wants to. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale to the end. So one more time, Kapalabhati. We're only going to do 12 rounds of Kapalabhati and 25 pumps of Kapalabhati, and the other 25 pumps will be Bhastrika. So Bhastrika is the forceful push out and in instead of just the exhalation. Okay? So inhale here. Exhale to the end. Inhale here. Exhale all the way out. Inhale here. So 25 Kapalabhati. And 25 Bhastrika. Exhale all the way out. Hold empty, tuck the chin, hold as empty as you can. And then inhale. Exhale all the way to the end. Again, inhale. Exhale to the end. Inhale here. Exhale all the way to the end. And then come back to a nice stable breath as you work your way into downward facing dog. Take an inhale here, widen fronts of shoulders, widen fronts of hips. Exhale, look forward, step your feet behind the wrists to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine, send the sit bones back, look forward. Exhale, you can bend the knees a lot and fold the belly to the tops of the thighs. Press into the feet, inhale, come all the way up. Drop the shoulders, gaze up. Exhale, arms beside the body, equal standing. Let's go through a little bit of Surya Namaskar. Inhale, arms reach up, gaze up, heels ground. Exhale, fold forward, belly goes up, chest goes down, relax your neck and head. Inhale, halfway lift, looking forward. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, move forward to high plank. And with or without the knees, exhale, chaturanga, or all the way down to the belly at your leisure. Untuck the toes. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, lower the chest. Push back to the hands and knees. Spinal roll back. Downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths. Inhale, 1. Exhale, 1. Inhale, 2. Exhale, 2. Center of the chest drops down. Inhale, 3. Exhale to the end, look forward, feet to the wrists. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen, shoulders away from ears. Exhale, fold, belly to tops of thighs. Push into the feet. Inhale, stand up. Gaze to the thumbs. Exhale, equal standing. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, arms up. Feet go down. Exhale, fold forward. Belly goes up, chest goes down. Relax your neck and head. Inhale, halfway lift, gazing forward. Exhale, hands plant, step or hop back, downward facing dog. Inhale, rolling to high plank. Pause. Exhale, lower chaturanga or to your belly with or without your knees. Untuck the toes. Inhale, roll the spine up to cobra or up dog. Exhale, lower the chest. Push up to the hands and knees. Roll the spine back, downward facing dog. For 3. 2. Exhale all the way to the end. Looking forward, step your feet behind the wrists to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Create length between your vertebrae. Exhale, fold forwards. Push into the feet. Inhale, stand up. Reach tall. Exhale, equal standing. From here, a little bit of a balance sequence. We'll stand on the left foot. Take the sole of the right foot to ankle, calf, or inner thigh. Some of you may wish to take yourself into half lotus if the body allows. Hands can start at the center of the chest. Take a few breaths. From the pressure of the right foot, stack through the stacking of bones and joints. Widen left hip left. From the pressure of the left foot, whatever way it's going, stack through bones and joints and widen right hip right. Keep the gaze soft. Interlace the hands. Push the palms down and then forward and up as you inhale. Drop the shoulders. Balance the hips and the pelvis. Pull the low ribs back and in. See if you can tug the hands to their own sides a little bit here. And then as you exhale, break the hands apart, slide left arm underneath the right, either backs or palms of the hands together. It'll help to look to one side of your wrists just to get your stability. Shoulders down, elbows, fingers up. Feel your way through the wibbling, wobbling of your balance. Release the hands. Take an inhale here, arms out to the sides. Exhale, release the right foot down. You can pad from side to side a little bit. Shake that out. Let's try the other side. Plant the left foot where it needs to go on the inside edge of the right ankle, calf, or thigh. Push to the center. And at the same time, use the direction of the feet to widen the front of the hips and pelvis. Hands to the center of the chest. Press the palms from the left palm, pressing to the right. Stack through the center of the wrist, elbow, shoulder. Same thing with the right. Interlace the hands the awkward way, press the hands down, and then inhale, palms up. Chin is neutral and parallel to the floor, tugging the pinky fingers towards the back of the mat. Even out the two sides of the torso if they feel imbalanced. Exhale, break the hands apart, sweep right arm underneath the left, either bring backs or palms of the hands together. Gaze just to one side of the arms will help you with your balance. Push right palm slightly to the left, left palm slightly to the right. Release the arms, inhale out to the sides. Exhale, release the left foot down and pad that out. Place the hands on the pelvis, feet hip distance apart. We're going to start turning the pelvis in circles in a counterclockwise direction. So we're having the sense that the pelvic floor is moving in a circular motion around a center point located between the feet. Just breathing steadily. You don't have to link it with a breath, with movement of the body, but you can. Stirring our pots here. The pot of the pelvis, the vessel, the container of the pelvis. And then switching directions. Come back through center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale either halfway down if you have low back issues or all the way down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale all the way down or halfway down. 8 more times. Push down in the feet to go up. Feel almost a spring away from the floor. And as you fold forward, we have the sense of the low belly and the hip creases deepening up and in towards the center of the body. For 2. And 1. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to shoulder height. Take an inhale here. Exhale, bend the knees. Low as you can go. Inhale, stand up, hands go down. Exhale, float arms up, pelvis goes down. Inhale, exhale. Keep going. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Next time you go down, stay down. Bring the hands forward, slide the pelvis back, move the belly to the tops of the thighs, slide the shoulders away from the ears, and then pull the superficial belly up and into the front of the spine. Take an inhale here, exhale, begin to lift the hips and fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Take an inhale here. Exhale, step, walk, or hop to a seated position. And you can straighten the legs. And for the seated sequence, before we close, we can use our blanket just underneath the edge of the pelvis just to help us out a little bit. Sole of the left foot comes forward at a little bit of an angle. Sole of the right foot presses to the left inner thigh. So press both legs in towards the midline. That will lift you up out of your pelvis, almost on an inhale. And then exhale, pour the spine forward. And there's a twist happen to the right hand just behind the right hip, roll the sole of that left foot to the floor, and then lift the pelvis off the floor, extending that left arm over the ear. But keep the front body melting back and in to the front spine. Exhale, release, and let's try the other side. Right heel forward, sole of the left foot to the inner right thigh. Again, push legs to the center. It lifts you up out of the pelvis on your inhale. Hollow the front body as you spill forward over your right leg. Grounding through the right fingertips. Feeling those pads of the fingertips, working your way up through the fingers, wrist, elbow, shoulder, across the body, widening left hip left. And again, remember, widen two sides of the pelvis to their own sides. And then spinning the body around the central channel of the spine. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, release to seated. Park that left hand just behind the left hip. Sole of that right foot to the floor, and as you inhale, extend that right arm back over and behind you. But keep the front body collected. So make sure not to let those lower ribs just kind of flail. But feel into where the stickiness or denseness is underneath that right arm on the right side. Stabilize through the pressure of your left hand. Take an inhale here. Exhale, slowly bring that pelvis down. Heels forward, belly to tops of thighs. Once more, we're still optimally sitting on our blanket. Slowly, as it connects to the thighs, slide heels forward. And when the body stops, when it feels like that belly wants to leave the tops of the thighs, just relax the neck and head down and really find that hollow sense on the front body as you fill out the back. Inhale, slowly lifting the spine. Exhale to a seat. And let's bring those hands behind us. Bend the knees, plant the soles of the feet just in front of the hips. The fingertips are towards the pelvis. And then press into the feet as you inhale, lift, and then drop the neck and head back, if the body allows. Press into the right hand to widen left shoulder left. Press into the left hand to widen right shoulder right. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, slowly release down to the floor. And last posture here, let's extend that left leg forward and then bind the right hand around the front of the right knee. Sit tall. Drop that right hip down. Even out the two sides of the torso. And then take an inhale, lengthen that left arm forward, right hand comes behind you. Exhale, wrap that inner left elbow along the front of the top of the right shin. Gaze behind you. Remember that sense of painting the tissue of the body in spirals around the channel of the spine, from the sacrum all the way up to the base of the head. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, release your twist, and let's switch. Let's see if we can just balance on the sitting bones or between the sitting bones and tailbone, and left knee comes in towards the left armpit, inner left elbow hugs front of the left. Balance left and right side torso. And then inhale, forward, come around the center of yourself, twist to the left, gaze over the left shoulder. Inhale to look forward. Exhale, release your twist. And then hook the heels into the floor, bend the knees, take the arms forward, and for a count of 5, we slowly lower down to the back. And just for one breath, inhale, reach the arms above the head, reach feet and fingers away from one another, hold the breath. Hold it for as long as feels right. And then exhale, release. Let your feet flop open, hands slide down away from you, tuck the shoulders underneath you. And let the breath be as it wants to be. And bring full deep breaths into your body. If you're not quite ready to come out of Shavasana, of course, please stay as long as you like. Otherwise, draw the knees to the chest and roll over to your right side. And then make your way up to a comfortable seat. Hands to the center of the chest. And just pausing a moment, resting in the spaciousness that you have cultivated with your practice. Thank you so much, everyone.